Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome, my name is Aiden. I'm so happy that you're here. Today is a perfume video. It's a collection review. This is one of my all-time favorite lines. It might end up being my favorite line because it is so good and I love these fragrances so much. Anyway, you're probably, well, you already know what it is because you've clicked on this video, obviously, but it is the Jean Paul Gaultier Scandal line. And full disclosure, all of these bottles that I have, I did buy secondhand from like Mercari. So they were pre-loved, and that's part of the reason why they're a little bit more, have bigger dents than some of my other perfumes. But I've also worn these so much. So Scandal came out in 2017, and I love the bottle. Unfortunately, all of these perfumes are not widely available in the United States. There are no retailers that actually sell them on the normal market. If you want them, you have to go to the gray market or to secondhand sites. So you have to go to eBay or Mercari or FragranceNet, Fragrance by CA, something like that, because they are not sold in retailers. And the last time I talked to my perfume rep, and she was telling, she was so excited because they were finally getting Label, and then we got Label Le Fleur Terrible. That one, when that one came out, I was talking to her about Scandal, and she said they have no plans to bring it to the States. I don't think it will ever happen. And then unfortunately, she passed away since then. So anyway, I don't think they will probably come to the United States in retailers. It took them forever to get just Label, that line, in retailers. And now it's in a few retailers. But man, Jean Paul Gaultier, we need more female fragrances here. Like, the male have had their time. Let's get all the female lines. Anyway, so Scandal came out in 2017, and then I have 3 of the flankers that came out in 2018, 2019, and 2020. I don't have the latest 2 flankers because I have not been able to find them anywhere in my normal places to look. I haven't seen them listed anywhere. If I find them, I am planning to purchase them when and if I can find them, but I don't want to try to buy them from, like eBay and international sellers. That can be a little sketchy sometimes. So if you see them or you know of where the last 2 Scandals are, let me know, because I would be happy to purchase those. Before I get into my reviews, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and please do consider subscribing if you haven't already subscribed. And let me know if you've tried any from this line, what your favorite is, what your least favorite is. If you like the line, if you don't, let me know down below. Scandal. This is the bottle. It's crazy. It's so cute, and I really enjoy the scent. I'm going to give you the notes before I start talking about it. I did spray all of these before so that there wouldn't be cross contamination, and I have the blotters labeled. So our notes are blood orange and mandarin orange. Middle notes are honey, gardenia, orange blossom, jasmine, and peach. Base notes are beeswax, caramel, patchouli, and licorice. All of these fragrances are very syrupy. They're very sweet. They feel very opulent. I would not wear any of these fragrances to work. I feel like they're too much for a classroom or a work environment. They just don't feel appropriate. They feel very much, if I was going out running errands and I was out and about, I would wear them. But I feel like they're so intoxicating and sweet and syrupy. It doesn't feel appropriate to me to wear them to work. But that doesn't mean that I don't absolutely adore them, and I have worn the heck out of the ones that I have. To me, I really get I get some of the honey. It's not an overwhelming honey note. Like, that's not what comes to the forefront. I get the orange blossom with that honey. So the honey is more of a syrupy, sweet type of note rather than the actual like smell of honey. Like if you put your nose in a jar of honey, it's so beautiful. I really love this one, and I'm going to have a really hard time when it comes to ranking these, because I love them all and they're so delicious. So yes, very opulent, very sweet, very syrupy, orange blossom with honey in there. I don't really get all of the notes that they're showing on Fragrantica. And I don't get like the orangey, the citrus. It doesn't smell very citrusy to me. Everything's just very well blended in there. But yes, I would highly recommend this one. I love this one. If you like sweet, gourmand, syrupy type fragrances, this is like a grown-up, womanly version. Not like the more sweet celebrity type fragrances. In 2018, the first flanker came out, and this is Scandal by Night. It has a darker liquid to it because it is has a very distinct note in it. So our notes are honey, bitter oranges, and citruses. Middle notes are cherry, tuberose, orange blossom, pear, and nard Himalayan. Base notes are tonka bean, vanilla, patchouli, sandalwood, amberwood, and white musk. So this is very much a cherry scent. Cherry, it has that base from the original Scandal. It has that honey in there. You get the orange blossom mixed in there, and I suppose the citruses, but you get this sour cherry that's just almost like the type that makes your mouth pinch just a little bit, but in a sweet, syrupy way. I feel like the honey might be a little bit more prominent in this one with that cherry. That cherry brings it out a little bit more, but this is like if you have Le Petite Robe Noire by Guerlain. If you got rid of that tea note and you just amped up the syrup, you get a similar cherry type of note. I love this one. One of my all-time favorite cherry scents, and one of my all-time favorite scents. I've probably worn more of this one than the other ones just because I love cherry scents so much. And I love cherry scents before everybody got on the cherry bandwagon. So this smells so delicious. This is another one. I highly recommend this one. If you like cherries, if you like syrupy, this is delicious. It almost smells like something that you would want to drink. It is so delicious. Then in 2018, they came out with Scandal à Paris, and this one is a different style of bottle. So if we look at them side by side, this one's a little taller and narrower, and this one is a little wider. Are they the same size? I was trying to. So this is the 2.7, and yes, so they're both the same size, but they have a different shape to them. I wish I could remember if I might have got this one from Fragrance Net. And oh, the sprayers on these are very nice too. Let me give a quick spritz, but I don't want it on my iPad. Could you see that? They're a beautiful spray. They work really well. They feel very luxurious and high quality. So the notes on Scandal à Paris is top note is pear, middle note is jasmine, and base note is honey. So once again, has that honey in it. And the pear, oh my gosh. I have become obsessed with pear fragrances in the past couple years. La Belle, this one, Pear Ink, Zara's Mochi Atelier, and Tokyo. Love all of those. Lotus Pear by Seven Virtues. So many really, really good pear fragrances. And this is no exception. This is not as intense as La Belle. This is definitely sweeter, has, and it's lighter. It's a much lighter type of fragrance. I feel like if you wanted this would be more of a daytime version of La Belle, and it's not quite as La Belle is, but both times beautiful pear, but the honey is in there too. But once again, it doesn't smell to my nose like honey. It's more like it's adding this syrupiness to the fragrance. Oh, and this one is lighter and fresher than the other two. The other two feel more heavy. This definitely feels like a lighter type of a fragrance. But it still has that syrupiness in it. I love it too. Then the last one I have is So Scandal. This one is a smaller bottle. I didn't realize, I don't think, that this was only a 50 ml. And so smaller, but it's also faceted. So it's a little bit different style than the previous ones. This one, it came out in 2020, and I feel like this one is the most different of the line. So the notes on this one are raspberry, tuberose, orange blossom, milk, and jasmine sambac. So this is the first one that doesn't have honey in it. It's still sweet, but it's not as syrupy as the other three. It has a slight latonic note to it, but it's not very prominent. I do get the sweet florals mixed with that raspberry. It is very pretty, but it does smell the lightest of all of them. So in intensity, I would rank them So Scandal, Scandal All Paris, Scandal, and then Scandal by Night. That would be in terms of intensity and sweetness as well. This is so pretty though. I know some people like this one better because it doesn't have that honey note, and the honey can turn a little rancid on their skin. So if you find that honey notes don't react well with your skin, I think this would be the safest one to go with. But is it my favorite? No, this is probably my least favorite of them, which is, it's very hard when I'm looking at them. I would say this is my least favorite. I still really love it though, because I love the raspberry and the florals in here. Jasmine, tuberose, those are two of my favorite floral notes. So least favorite, but still love it, would still recommend it, would still buy, like I'm planning to buy another bottle of this, because obviously between me and the person I bought this from, there's a significant dent, and I'm afraid that they're going to start discontinuing more of them. I've heard that Scandal by Night is discontinued, but since I have no access to them on the regular market anyway, I cannot confirm nor deny that rumor. In the middle, I would put Scandal and Scandal All Paris. I don't think I could choose between them. They're both so good and so delicious. I'm like, I go back and forth between like, which would I put in second place, which would I put in third place. So I'm going to tie them right in the middle. These are tied for second place of the four. I think they're both delicious. I love them. I could easily, like, if these were my only fun type fragrances, not office fragrances, I could definitely like live with just having this line probably, because I love them so much. Actually, that's not true, because I really, really love Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. Even though I don't own a bottle of that, I have like the dupe version, but that one I definitely would need that marshmallow note in there too. But for sure in first place is Scandal by Night. I am such a cherry lover. That's why it edges out the other two just a little bit. I love all of them though. I think they're all delicious. I would say go for it. I know they're more expensive. I know it's hard to find a true deal on these because they are not able to be, like, they're not for sale in the US. So keep your eyes out on Mercari, on eBay. Look for good feedback on both of those. Look for other perfume reviewers. They are selling their collections all the time. So if you can follow any of those, buy them. This one, I don't remember if it was Scandal by Night or Scandal. One of them I actually bought from a sophisticated lady here on YouTube. I was like, what is this? I almost said Facebook, and I was like, that is not right. She was selling some of her fragrances, and I ended up getting one of the Scandals from her, and I was like, hey, it's EnglishProfStyle, and so that was nice. But yes, I really love all of these, and I would highly recommend them. If you can find, I don't think any of the subscription services that I've seen that I have them, but you could always buy a decant if you're a little nervous about how syrupy they are. But like I said, I love this line. This might end up being my favorite line of all the fragrances, because so far I have loved every single flanker. Like I said, there's two more, and I think those are vastly different than these are. And while I feel like they're all different enough. Like, this one has more of a cherry note. This one is a little bit lighter and fresher, and then you have So Scandal, which is more raspberry and doesn't have that syrupiness. So they're slightly different enough, but I feel like they're all so good. This is probably the worst review, because I told you I love them all and I can't decide, and they're very similar, but they also are different Yeah, there you go. Anyway, let me know down below which of these you've tried. If you like the line, if you don't like the line, let me know down below. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. Bye.